He's the youngest sommelier in Moldova and Romania, but you also hold 2 Guinness World Records.
Yeah, they were super disappointed. Like, we cannot do that. That's illegal. I just saw the bottles, my knife, and nothing. I was so stressed. Like, and then, bam, I did it. The break point, the war. No more my project, no more money. And then, after few more months, I bought the place.
How? Why? So Daniel,
Yes.
thank you so much for being my guest in here, and thank you for accepting this idea of coming to a podcast that you knew nothing about before. I want to start it with a question for you, with actually your background. How did you start it? How did you enter in this hospitality industry?
Actually, it's a funny story because when I was 16, I had to continue the high school. But in Moldova, like also in other countries, you have 2 options for the high school. So you just go to the high school, like 3 more classes, and then after high school you go to university. But in Moldova, at least, you have the option to go to the college.
Yep.
So you do in the same time high school, and also you will get a profession. And then I think it's much better. It's just my opinion, because you can finish the high school at, like, let's say 19 years old, and then you have finished high school, and then you are a professional, I don't know, economic, IT, or all that stuff.
Yep.
And then I decided to choose something different, because I mean, it sounds boring to go in IT, it sounds boring to go in finance, and then let me choose something different, something totally different, but again with a nice potential, not just something random, different and unusual. And then I found a bit of information on the websites about Moldova, economy in Moldova, and all that stuff. And then at one moment I understood that we are quite famous for making wine and for, in general, wine industry. And then I found some people who just finished the same college. And then I had a nice coffee with them, like, hey guys, can you tell me more? How is the wine industry? How was the college? And is there potential in general? And they were super happy. They finished the high school and the college at 19 years old. And then they got a job, like, at 19 years. Like, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
A job, not like a student job, but like a job. So you are the guy.
You're the man.
You're the man, exactly. You're the man. So you're not just helping, but you're doing the proper job. You're professional.
Okay.
And then I choose the winemaking and wine growing college. For sure, my parents and relatives, they were super disappointed on me, because I had like a 9.6, something like that, when I finished the 9 classes. That's quite a lot. So at this moment you can go for I don't know, in IT, in the financial.
9.6 out of 10. Because
Exactly.
in Moldova and Romania, it's a bit different system than we are here in the Nordics, just for the clearance.
Yeah, exactly. So they expected that I will go for medicine, something like really fancy, or something like high society, and all that bullshit. And then for sure I chose the winemaking college. They were super disappointed. Like, all my relatives, it was like, cum spune, rușinea familiei.
The disappointment of the family.
The
shame of the family.
The shame of the family, exactly. I will be an alcoholic. I will do nothing. I will just drink. I will be an alcoholic. That's their mindset about my job.
Okay.
And all right, then I ended up to study in a winemaking college. There is 4 years, 3 years of high school and plus 1 more year. Then when I started at 16. So when I started at 16, so I was not able to drink wine or taste wine. But I also was super passionate about sommelier profession. Like, all right, you taste wines, it looks so fancy, so nice. I was super excited, but I was not able to start.
So how did you end up? Because not most of the people know in Copenhagen, or at least I did not know you before meeting you in the bar. But how did you become the youngest sommelier? On my own shame, I'm from Romania. I did not know you are the youngest sommelier in Romania and Moldova at the same time. How did you end up achieving that? Because yes, I get you got the college, but what is the path to it? How did you end up when you were 18 to become like this sommelier?
So I was 16 when I started to spam a lot of mails to the sommelier school in Moldova, and they just, I mean, hey, relax, you are 17, we cannot do that, that's illegal, we cannot do that. And then, all right, but when I will be 18, can you accept that? And they said like, yes, we can do. And then at the second day after my birthday, like, guys, you promised that you will accept me. I had money, I had everything to pay for the study. And then after a few years, I had an honest chat with the director of sommelier school. And then he was laughing on me at that time, like, all right, let's accept this teenager, just an experiment to see. I mean, 18 years old, nobody wants to study this. And I was the youngest one who applied for this course. And they accepted me. I saw my colleagues at this course, and I was the youngest one. So they were like 30 plus, at least 30 plus, until like almost 60. And I was like, all right. But in the same time, when I was 18 years, I started this course. I was the second or third year at the college. So I already had a bit of knowledge about wine and experience. And for sure, I was the youngest, but in the same time, the best as knowledge, because the people that they were there, they were from different industries, absolutely not from the wine industry. IT, financial, a lot of stuff. So they had zero knowledge about wine. And then I was the best one there. But for sure, because I was 18 hours, no credits for me. Like,
and nobody took you in serious.
Exactly. Like, okay, hey, keep calm, it's fine. You're the kiddo, so just relax.
What were other challenges when you were in such an environment, when you have the 50, 30 plus and you are the 18?
They took me as a joke.
Okay.
To be honest.
And how did you overcome it?
They knew that I have a lot more knowledge than for example, than them, but they took me as a joke, like, hey, you kiddo, hey, relax, kiddo, hey, come with us, you know, like, hey, you're nobody, you know that you're nobody here. And then at the exam, I took the highest point for sure. And then after that, they took me just a bit more serious. All right, you're good. Oh, okay, but still kiddo. And then I finished the sommelier course after 3 months of intensive learning. And somehow, from the TV channels, they heard that, and they invited me for an interview at the TV. For sure, I went there. We had a nice interview, and the next day, a lot of TV channels they invited me to tell the story, like, hey, you the youngest sommelier in the world, like 18 years, for example, in the US, you are not able to drink wine, alcohol until 21 years old, and then here you are the expert. How come? And then I became a bit recognized in this moment. And then one of big wineries from Moldova, they saw that I have a bit of potential. Yep. And they invited me for an interview.
For a job application or an
interview?
Okay.
Exactly, for a job application. The biggest winery, Purcari.
Yeah.
All right, so they invited me. I was 18 years old, so I knew nothing about who's the owner, what the fuck is this company. And I was like a kiddo coming in the big office, like a lot of big guys waiting for me. And then I had an interview with one guy. I didn't know who is this guy, how rich is he, and all that stuff. I had an interview actually with the owner of Purcari, one of the richest winery and one of the the most recognized winery now in eastern side of Europe.
Yep.
And I was like, I took it not that serious. yeah, like, all right. Ciao, who are you? But he was super rich. And he's one of the most famous in Eastern Europe. And they told me that, you see, we have a lot of potential. We see that you have a lot of potential for the future. We would love to invest in you. So let's start to have a job together. Just let's start. And then in the future, you'll be higher and higher in our company because we see a lot of potential. All right, I accepted their job, but I was 18, so I didn't finish my studies. So I couldn't continue to work as winemaker because I didn't finish my studies. So I started to do wine tastings at the winery, wine tours. It was fantastic. And then, at the same time studying at the college. Then a lot of TV channels. And then again, after this, they took me just a bit more serious, but again, not enough. I had a lot of knowledge compared to other experts in the industry at that moment in Moldova. I had much more knowledge, but I was not recognized because you are 18, you are nobody. And then I thought, like, all right, if I want to be a sommelier, then I have to do something to be recognized. What should I do? And then I understood that I have to do something that I will become super famous, because I understood that you don't have to be a real expert, you have to be just famous. You're just marketing. So that's not important. You have knowledge, that's fine, but you're nobody. You have to be famous. If you want to have a lot of projects, a lot of events, you have to be super famous. And then I got an idea that, all right, what should I do to be famous? And then I got the idea to break a Guinness record. Like, all right, I will appear everywhere on TV, blogs, everywhere. And then, should we continue on this direction?
Definitely, we should continue in this direction because we have to say it. He's the youngest sommelier in Moldova and Romania, but you also hold 2 Guinness World Records.
Yeah.
And the story, it's something that I want personally to hear. I've read about it, I did a bit of research, but we chatted before, but it's still better if you say the story.
Okay. So, we have to break a global record, a Guinness record. All right, let's do that. Which one? And then we found that there is a record opening champagne bottles with word like Sabrar. And then again, I was 18 years old at that moment. Like talking about 100 bottles of bubbly. Like no money.
Where to buy that bottles?
Exactly.
To practice. How did you practice for it?
I was first of all, I had to find a partner.
Yeah.
Because I had no money for hundreds bottles. And then I was sending mails to all the wineries in Moldova, and the same shit, like, who are you, man? Hey, just keep calm. Nobody accepted my idea. Nobody was even interested to have a meeting. And then I gave up. And then one of my friends, he told me, like, you know, I have a friend of mine. He's the marketing director at one winery, not the best winery, not the highest quality, but it was my last chance, my last winery. And then, all right, let's have a meeting. He organized a meeting, and then he was super excited about this idea. Like, all right, what do you need? Okay, 200 bottles and a bit of money to make the setup and all that stuff. All right, let's do that. Wow, so easy. Okay, I see a lot of potential, so let's do that. Just one winery, the last one, my last chance. They are very famous now.
Yeah.
Super famous now, super recognized. And also the record was one of the points. But probably because this guy, the director, he was super young. Also almost like my age. That's why probably he was open-minded and all right, let's do that. We did. We made to have 2 records after 6 months of preparation, like making the paperwork for the record, finding the place and all the preps.
Yep.
We managed to have, like, after 1 year, after we did the record, to get the answer. The first one in 30 seconds, 49 bottles, we got it as official record. We got the diploma.
Yeah.
The second one was disqualified just because one of my friends moved the bottle.
Okay.
That's the only thing. But unofficially, the record is mine for sure, because I did like a big difference. For example, the first record in 49 bottles, the previous record holder did 36. So the difference is quite super big. So even if I want to do it next year to repeat the 30 seconds one, I think I will not do that.
And you will compete basically with yourself.
Exactly.
Did somebody beat it until now or no?
Nah, they will not. No, nobody for sure, but I think nobody has a chance. They have to be super fast. I was 19 years old at that moment. I was super skinny,
full of power.
Exactly, and full of power and full of stress for sure. And I'm quite sure if I will try now, I don't have even a small chance to break it.
How many bottles have you broke before? How many tries?
Well, actually, I had no so much experience like lineups.
Yeah.
I opened for sure a lot of bottles, but just 1 or 2, but not like 100 on the line. I think I broke like 200 bottles. I opened, not broke. But broke, I think, 2 bottles in my life. That's it. So we did those 2 records. Again, the next day, all the channels, news, only my name, and this event, like Moldova again in Guinness Book Record, Moldova, all the channels.
But that happened after the second day.
Yes, the second day.
Did you try to contact them before or to get them?
This was my mistake. Actually not mistake, probably it was the key of success, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I was idiot, and I called them before the breaking the record.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey guys, I mean, it was a bit of promo, so probably I was not idiot, but I had a big risk.
Yep.
I contacted them before the record, like, hey guys, I want to break 2 global records with wine to promote the country, the wine industry. If you want, you can put it on the news. And then they got super excited, and then
okay.
Few days before the record, a lot of news about the potential global record. And few days after, I had to break the record. What's happening if I will not break it? No more career. I mean, it's a big fucked up. Like, just imagine all the news, like, this guy will break the record 100%. But what happened?
You did it, basically.
I did it, but it was a big risk. I was super stressed, like, ooh, guys, what I will do if I will not do that, if I will not break it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the adrenaline in my blood was so high. I was so concentrated on the bottles, like I had no sound, nobody, there were like 100 people, but I just saw the bottles, my knife, and nothing. I was so stressed, like that. And then, bam, I did it. 49 bottles, 30 seconds. And then the second one, 1 minute, 79 bottles. And then the next day, like, just all the channels talking about that. So I had only 1 week with no work, just going to the interviews, channels, and all that stuff. And then after this moment, my career started.
Okay.
My serious career started.
So after this point, people started to take you serious.
Yeah.
And you've done what? Because you arrived in Copenhagen 1 year and a half ago?
That's a bit later.
That's a bit later.
Yes, yeah.
There's still a gap that I personally don't know what
we have to talk about war. There is more. Exactly. So after this event, I became super famous in wine industry, and not only in wine industry. Mm-hmm. I was for sure not that recognized, but if I will tell someone Like, hey guys, there is a guy who break the record with the sparkling. Yeah, we know him. I am. Oh, you are. So in wine industry, like 99% of the people they knew me. I became super famous after a few days, super recognized. I got a lot of projects, a lot of private events with opening champagne, making show. And then my colleagues, they took me serious. All right, so you have balls. All right, all right, let's do that. I got the job at Purcari.
Yeah.
For sure, a bit higher. And then in the same time, I was still studying at the college, the third year and the fourth year. And at that moment, I had more knowledge than my teachers. Like, it was boring to go. And I talked with them like, guys, I work there. I get more knowledge just working at the winery than being here with you. Like, maybe I will go.
And did you finish it?
I finished it, but the last 2 years, like 2 of 4 years, I haven't been there almost. Like, just exams and just exams.
Okay.
Nothing, which is actually not legal to do that. So the teachers, they did a big job for me, being not legal again. But I passed the exams. Like, I know, guys, why should I spend so much time with you to teach me the same bullshit that I already have in my brain? It was fantastic. I had a lot of free time, like 2 years of doing job projects and a lot of stuff, and at the same time studying high school. Like, high school, you have to be there every day.
Yeah.
But I wasn't there.
Okay, so projects,
like I had a blog, I had a lot of private tastings, a lot of wineries, they wanted to work with their wines, a lot of job offers. So at that moment, my career, like real career, started. Like, yeah,
How did you know which one to choose? How did you choose them? Because obviously when you have a lot of jobs.
Yes, I got a lot of offers from the wineries.
Okay.
But I thought, like, nah, if I will take just one job, then I have to work exclusively with one winery. And then I refused all of them. All of them. I don't need exclusivity and all that stuff. I want to work with all the wines, not only with one wineries. And then I took a job as sommelier in Chisinau at the wine bar, because Purcari was fine, was fantastic experience, but it was like almost 200 kilometers from the capital and the village, no people, no contact with the city, so it was not funny for a long time.
I imagine.
So I decided to move back. And
19 years old, you are living in a village.
Exactly. And then I moved back in Chisinau. I need more people, I need more projects, I can't be there in the village. And then I started to work at the wine bar with a shitty salary. Was difficult, but again, I had better offers to work at the winery, but I don't want to. And then in the same time, I took this shitty salary, but I had flexibility and I had a lot of free time. Like guys, if I will have other projects, you can't complain. I will be here 8 hours or less, sometimes more, but I need the freedom. I need freedom, guys.
So you started selling wine in a wine bar, basically?
Yes, selling, serving, being manager in the wine bar, but with a lot of freedom.
For how long have you been the manager, bartender, wine sommelier, whatever?
So at the bar, at this wine bar in Moldova, I had to do many tasks. That was not good and that was good at the same time. That was not good because I did also the counting job, carrying boxes, making coffee, pouring wine, making cocktails, making food. So all the things that we had to do in the bar, we did. Which is good at the same time because I got some skills, like skills of management, accounting, which is important, I think. Skills of making coffee. So I'm happy, to be honest, for that because now I can make a nice espresso. I know about coffee. I know how to make a good coffee.
Yep.
And a lot of other skills. But the most important thing, I had freedom. So I started my blog about wine, about wineries. Another project which is called Wine Doctor. I was judging wines. I was judging wines honest, which was super weird for Moldova because you have to kiss their asses if you want to get some money. So you cannot complain. If you're a sommelier, you have to give, oh, this wine is fantastic, even if it's shit. But I was super honest, probably because I'm young.
Yeah.
And people, they loved my honest opinions. Like, all right, what do you think about this one? Is good or not? It's not good. So I was super respected in Moldova just because I was honest.
Okay.
I was super honest. Even if they made an offer like, hey, can you promote this wine? Like, guys, you can give me like more, but I will not do that because this wine is shit. I can promote maybe other wine from your wineries, which is good, but not this one. This is not good. I can't do that. Wine Doctor, and then the blog for sure. A lot of videos, and they had also budget from the wineries. My career was just fantastic.
So it was only a climbing.
Only exactly, but super fast, like super fast. New projects. Got an offer to work at TV as a judge in the kitchen, like kind of master chef, but cheap version. I became super famous in the wine industry. I had nice projects with nice revenue at that moment in Moldova at this age, like 19 years old.
Then why did you left? Because that's a question that I don't have an answer
I continued 2 years like that. I was 21 until 21. My career, super fast. It was super high and fast. And then the break point, the war.
The war.
Exactly, the Ukrainian war. It was a big fuck up in wine industry because a lot of wine experts started from port of Odessa, and then they had to find another way to export wines in China, Japan. They took another port from Constanța, from Romania, but it was much more expensive compared to Ukraine, and then the price got higher, and then less export because we have a war in the world. Less export. In the wine industry, we got bottles from Ukraine. We got the aluminum capsules from Ukraine. Some of the labels we got from Ukraine. No more.
So no industry, basically.
No industry. They had to find bottles from Italy, much more expensive. Capsules from Romania, more expensive. So prices on wine got higher. And then a lot of Ukrainians, they moved in Moldova. We were neighbors. We helped them a lot, for sure. At one moment, I had like 1 week with no job just to help Ukrainians, to help them to send in Europe, to give them some food and all that stuff. So I spent like a few weeks like that. And then for sure, inflation, 27%. Wine, that's a luxury product. That's not food. So people, they save money. So no more wine sales, like not a lot of sales. Less sales for the wineries for sure. And no more marketing money, no more marketing budget. And then, no more my blogs, no more my projects, no more money.
So you were in the point where there were no more coming money. There were no more
coming money, projects and evolution.
Okay, and you end up in Copenhagen, somehow.
Somehow, exactly. So I had this bad time like for let's say almost 1 year, like doing my job, but with surviving mode. Like got money, I paid rent and some food, and no more, no more money, no extra money for sure. And at that moment, I had an offer. For many years ago, the ex-owner of my bar, he invited me in Copenhagen, like, hey, hi, come to work in my wine bar. You have a nice potential. Why you have to be in Moldova, in this shitty country, in poor country? Like, and then I was like, I am Moldovan. I was born here. I will live here. I will die here. I'm fucking patriot. That's why I kind of refused the offer. And then I got so nervous and disappointed on Moldova, my career, my life, because I was doing nothing. That I was like, in one day like that, calling my girlfriend, like, Nicole, let's have a coffee. Now I was super nervous and disappointed. Let's have a coffee right now. So we met, we had a coffee. I was super nervous. She asked me, hey, what happened? She almost finished the wine school, the high school in that moment. And I was asking her, like, what plans do you have for future? So now you finished the high school, what do you have in plans? I don't know, I want to apply for university. Where? I don't know, but not in Moldova. Where? I don't know. Denmark is fine. Like, why Denmark? Denmark is fine? Yeah, it's fine. All right, just a moment. Calling the ex-owner, Cornelio. Hey, Cornelio, is the offer still available for me? Like, yeah, always. All right, then I will come soon. Thank you, accepted. Calling another friend of mine, student in Copenhagen. Hey, Mihai, is the time to apply for university now? Yeah. All right. Done. Hey, Nicole, we go on Denmark. We decide like that. 5 minutes. No more chats, no more bullshit. Just 5 minutes, we decide that we move in Denmark.
Okay. That was...
Just 5 minutes. 5 minutes, like, now we decide, now. And then on the next day, I told to my employer, like, I think I'm moving soon in Denmark. But I just need more time because I was patriot. I was like, I will die here. And then I had no Romanian documents or EU documents. For sure, I applied like a few years ago before that, but I had no ready documents. And then after that, I still had, I think, like 4 months to work with the documents, to finish all the documents, to got them. I got them, and then I moved here in September, 2 years and 2 months ago. I moved in Denmark. So I sold my motorcycle because I had no money.
Okay.
No money. I sold my motorcycle for 2,000 euros. My backpack.
And you moved to Copenhagen, basically.
Exactly. With no English. That's a very important thing. With no English. So my English was like...
Okay, so you learned while being here the language.
Yeah, exactly. So I moved here with my backpack, and then I started to work in the kitchen, just cleaning glasses and making tapas, because I was not able to sell wine. I had no English.
Still for the actual bar that you are doing right now, for another one?
No, for the bar that now I own.
Okay, and how was the career? You said you started...
Oh, that was the difficult part, because I knew that, like, fuck, I have to start everything from the beginning, like everything. Like in Moldova, I was at one of the highest points. Like, I have to start again. I had a bit of depression for sure. I mean, like, fuck, again, like again from the beginning. Like, all right, but this was the hardest point, to be honest. After moving here, like, fuck, I have to start everything in the beginning, and even to start to learn a new language. And then 2 months just in the kitchen, cleaning glasses, learning English, and making tapas. That's it.
Then you became the front house?
Then I started to help in the front a bit. I got more enthusiastic to start to talk a bit with people, for sure, with a lot of mistakes. My broken English. But I started, and then pam, after a few months in the front, I got the normal English level, and then I became the front, and then after 5-6 months, I was the manager at the bar.
So a super rapid career as well up in the in this bar.
Because I had a lot of experience. I had experience, but my English was super low.
So the only barrier was the language.
Exactly.
And why not Danish? Why you start to learn English and not Danish?
Okay, I will give you this question for you.
There was no needed. There is no needed to have Danish, but I'm just curious
because it's much easier.
Obviously, it's much easier for a foreigner.
My English took like 2-3 months to start to work in English, but Danish, I think it takes much more than that.
Agree.
Much more, and then yeah, for sure, much more, more time. But I had not so much time to clean the glasses and making tapas. So like, all right, I will be in the back like for 1-2 months, but I have to go in front a bit. I don't know, because he told me like I was comfortable, to be honest, in the back, because I was afraid, I was scared about talking in English. But the guy told me like, hey, I invited you here not to clean glasses. I hope I have glasses cleaner here, but we don't need that. So you have to be in front, so go.
So somehow he pushed you from the back.
Yeah. He did.
He kicked you out of the kitchen.
Exactly, he did. And then yeah, 6 months. After 6 months, I became the bar manager. And then after few more months, I bought the place.
Okay. How? Why? Not a bad story. I arrived in Denmark. I decided in 5 minutes to move to Denmark. Then I moved to Denmark, clean glasses for two months. Then bar manager for 6 months, and then I bought the place. What a career! But from the outside, it seems easy, you know. I'm pretty sure it wasn't that easy from
it wasn't
your point
that
of view.
easy for sure. But it was also a bit of luck, negotiations at the right place with the right person in the right time.
Okay.
So there is also a bit of luck.
What do you need to buy a place?
So the previous owner, I became the bar manager because the previous owner, he had no more time to manage the place because they opened another place, a private wine club. But you need a good guy because this is a small business. This is not about the product that you sell and serve. It's about who's selling this wine and who's selling this product. It's about the people who work there. So they were looking for a nice guy to be the manager and to be the front, to be the face of this place. And they found a lot of potential in me. And yeah, I took the bar. I made more sales. Like the bar was going higher and higher, but for sure not that fast because I'm still an employee, and then I cannot work more than 9-10 hours. You know, I cannot because you have to pay me.
You don't have the motivation. Basically.
Exactly. I had motivation, but I can work 1-2 more hours, but I cannot work like 12, 14 or 16 because you will not feel comfortable as the employer because you have to pay me more. And like double shifts, I will ask you more. Because like 2 hours, I can do that. If we are friends, I will do that for this business, but not double for free. And he decided at one moment to sell the bar because they were looking for more money to invest in the next business. And then they decided to sell it. And then it was just a joke, like maybe I will buy it. Exactly. Like, yeah, if you have money, sure. Like, I don't have money. I had no money for sure. All right, you can find a partner, maybe an investor. And then I was trying to find an investor. Again, I got some offers, but like, hey, I invest your money, you have 15%, and then you run the place and do everything. And then I wasn't happy about that. And then I found my actual partner, And then we were negotiating with the previous owners, like, hey guys, look, we don't have all the money. We can give you a part, a third, let's say, or something like that. But the rest we can pay like during the 2-3 years if it's okay for you. And because we were friends with the previous owner, they accepted that.
Okay.
Because they knew that they will sell this place to someone who will make this place better and more successful.
And still keep the concept.
And still they will be happy to come back in this place, to drink a glass of wine and to feel home and to feel proud that they sold this bar to someone who's really doing the same good job and will make it much better and will take care of this business, but not will lose it, and that's it. So they were not interested like only in money, but also to keep this concept.
How hard was it to find the partner, the right partner? Because
the right partner, in general, because I could manage to negotiate with them to get a bit of loan and then to take it alone. But I was thinking, like, I had two versions: or I will take it alone, or I need a partner to help me in the same time, and then we are two, we take the responsibility for two, and then I decide to go together with the guy, with my actual partner. That was the best decision in my life, because even if we are two now, sometimes we can't manage all the tasks. But if I was alone, I think now I wasn't here. Exactly. I wasn't here. I was still working, cleaning, and all that stuff. Because when we are, it's difficult to manage alone. Hospitality business.
How is it mentally from the transition of being a bar manager to bar owner?
To be honest, there is a big difference between my job, my passion before I bought the place and after. So I did my best, even if I am employee, even if I work for 145 krona per hour, I did my best, absolutely my best. So just at the next day, you will not feel a difference of my service, of my hospitality. It's absolutely the same. It's just more responsibility, more hours, like management, administration, and more stuff to do. But my service is the same now and before I bought the place.
Okay. So it's not a very big change.
I was the best employee, the best version of employee in hospitality business. I was doing it not for money, but because I like it, because I love this job.
And what kept you motivated to go over and over and over and over into this hospitality? Because everybody is saying, okay, hospitality, it's an industry that you are going in there. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good, but sometimes you want to quit. What keeps you still going, even if you have a very shitty day, to keep going?
I think in hospitality business you have to love not food that you're cooking, not wine that you're serving, and not cocktails that you're making. You have to love people. I think that's the secret, because you can love to make cocktail, you can love to serve wine, you can love wine, you can be so passionate about wine, but if you are not a big extrovert, big people lover, then you will get the burnout like very fast. Because you have to share, you have to spend your energy with all your guests.
Do you believe you need to be only an extrovert, or you can be an introvert?
You can be also an introvert. You can do it as actor, but again, you will get a burnout like super fast. Like smile on the face for 8 hours, like an idiot, and then going in the back and like, fuck, I hate people, and then again in the front like that. You cannot do that for a long time. You cannot do that. Yes, sometimes you are sick, sometimes you have some problems in your family, and for sure you'll do the fake smile sometime, which is normal to have problems in your life. It's normal to have stress. It's normal to be sad. But for a long time, no, that's impossible. You cannot do that. You cannot be introvert and working in the front.
Okay.
It's impossible.
And in the wine industry, it's I would say the wine industry it's a bit different than the cocktail industry and the one that I'm used to it. How do you see it going?
I don't think
right
so.
now?
Actually,
It's not?
I don't think so.
I don't have the experience. I just want to acknowledge it and see how different would you see it in terms of wine compared to cocktail. If you have to compare a wine bar with a cocktail bar.
If we are talking about a nice cocktail bar, not just a cocktail bar,
Yeah.
and then a nice wine bar, not just a wine bar, then the difference is not big actually, because people they are coming for experience in nice places. Again, we are not talking about commercial shit like give me a gin tonic and fuck off. I don't need your history about this gin and this tonic. I just need the gin and tonic and then my time. So we are talking about good, nice places when people they are coming just for hospitality, for experience and for good product, but mostly for experience. The cocktail that you serve, that's an experience. You will tell them the story, the ingredients, the flavors and everything. In my case with the wine, is the same. I will tell them the story of the wine, of the region, the flavors that you get, the structure, the taste and everything. So I would say that's the same. That's the same because we are not talking about bodega. When people are coming, hey, give me a jar of wine, and we're talking about like shitty pubs where you're getting glue on floor.
For the cocktail word, for instance, how do you put your personal touch? Because when you create cocktails, the way that I see it, you put your personal touch on everything. How do you do that in the wine when you serve a wine?
Okay, I think that's a good question about difference between cocktail bars and wine bars. Is the service, I would say. But let me think about it. Actually, so that's a really.
We can come back after
question.
that one.
No. I think I just need a few more seconds. I think the way how we choose wines, exactly how we choose products and wines. Yeah, I think so. Because again, you can go in a classic wine bar and then you have Barolo, Italy, Bordeaux, Burgundy. And you come in my bar and then you have Macedonia, you have Indian wines, Lebanese, and then Moldovan. I think that's my touch in this case. Having something different, something interesting, something funny.
Okay.
And also our personal touch compared to other bars is that we have the options, that we care about the wines that you choose. So you will get the menu, but you will not order by yourself. You can show me what do you want, but I can say like, all right, do you like this taste and flavor? No. All right, then let me give you to try this wine before you order, and then we will make sure together that you like this wine, because for us it's important to give you the right wine for your taste, not to upsell and then sell whatever we want, but what's good for your taste. So that's for sure a big difference between us and the other bars, and this is our signature because we care about the wines that you order.
How about the expansion? Because I know we had a chat before. Do you have any plans to expand? Do you have any plans to open a new wine bar, perhaps, or maybe something else? Or do you still have the plan to stay in this industry?
I will. I'm super creative. I always get new ideas and all that stuff, and then I'm like I'm super excited. I get super excited like so fast, like bam, now, all right, let's do that. I had and I have a lot of ideas. The good part is that I have a good partner. We are totally different. I am the kid who's dreaming, flying in the sky, but he's the guy who's like taking it serious, doing some calculations, and making my dreams on the white paper and numbers. Like, all right, this is a nice idea, but look, numbers. This is not a good idea. So keep calm. Let's find some other ideas. So my partner Vasily, he's the mechanic of my dreams.
The mechanic of your dreams.
Exactly. So that's the best partnership in business, I think, is to be super different. So my partner is my opposite. He's doing his job with the paperwork. I'm doing my job. So we are together like for 1.5 years almost in the business. And then we had no complaints. We had no bad situations, like zero, absolutely no. I don't know if you can believe me in that, because many people, they say like, oh no, you don't have to do the business with your friends and all that shit.
So he was a friend of yours before being the partner?
No, not a big friend, let's say. We just knew each other. We can have a glass of wine, but not like real friends. But we became friends, and then many people say, no, you will not survive. No, that's not good. Don't do business with your friends. No, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. We have an amazing business together. Amazing. You just have to put everything on paper before you start. Like, hey, I do this, bam, bam, bam. You do this. You will never tell me how to do this. I will never tell you how to do this. That's it.
So basically assigning tasks beforehand and then...
Exactly. We have no fights. Zero fights about this business in 1.5 years. That's impressive, I think. Like no fights.
It's completely impressive and very interesting to hear about it.
I know that, for example, I have an idea, a really nice idea. What should we open next?
Yep.
Because we cannot. I think we cannot open another not your usual wine bar with unusual wines, because it's very niche. It's a super niche. When people when we get people like super interested about our product. So we don't get people like, all right, let's have just a glass of wine at not your usual. No, we don't have that kind of guests. So we are not McDonald's. We are kind of, I don't know, let's say, Noma, not as price, not as level, but as selling some experience and some products that you will not get in other places. And people come at our place to have a nice experience. And to have a nice experience is not about wine, but it's about people and service. So I think to find good people in our industry, just as employee, especially part-time, it's very difficult to find nice employees.
How do you find it right now after COVID, after war, after the whole crisis in hospitality with not having people to work in service, basically?
Again, we have, I am the only one full-time employee. And we have 3 more part-time employees. One of them is my girlfriend. So by default, she has to be super good because she knows that she's working for us, our money. And then the second one, a nice friend of mine from Moldova. He just moved in Denmark for a master in the food industry. He finished the winemaking university, so he's the expert. Easy by default. After just few days, he became like amazing. So my actual friend now, I think he's the one person that he's doing an amazing job. Like I can go in holidays for 1 month, and I know that this guy will do the best job, like me. I see myself in this guy, to be honest, which is super rare to find that kind of people in hospitality industry, because they don't care. They just making some hours to get a salary, to get the SU, and then fuck off. I don't want to put myself so much in your business. I just need 42 hours for my SU. That's it. But I have them now. I have really nice employees. For how long? We don't know, because I lost one person a few weeks ago. She was super nice, but she got a job, like a student job for his industry. And then we are happy for her.
So you have mixed, you have experts, people that actually have the skills into this one, and you have a combination between somebody who actually is in this job temporarily.
Exactly. Exactly. So you know that they will be for a short time here. So always you have to find new people. That's the bad thing, and that's why we cannot think about opening the same place in other cities. I mean, it will be easier to open another shitty wine bar just to make money. Just to make money in other cities. For example, like Helsingborg. Helsingborg is gonna be amazing city for just opening a nice just wine bar with nothing special.
Yeah.
But we want to open a restaurant. At least I want to open a restaurant. I want to go a bit higher. Yeah, like having a bar. I think is just 50% of the hospitality business. But restaurant, you get full experience.
If you have both of them combined, I agree on this one. If you have bar and restaurant
Exactly.
as well.
Exactly.
But it depends as well so much.
I mean, still, bar it's one thing, but to have kitchen, it's difficult. It's the next level.
It's difficult. We had this discussion the other day at lunch, and I'm not a huge fan of working in the kitchen or working with food, but yes, it's needed.
It's double more work, I think, and more responsibility with the food, because you have alcohol just pouring the wine and telling a bit about wine, but the food is just the next level.
Yeah.
So I want to try the whole shit experience being owner in hospitality business, and then maybe I will take a few steps back, and then I will do just business. But now I want to feel all this experience because I'm young, and then I think I have to do it like right now.
How old are you for the people that they don't know?
I'm 24.
Nice. So at 24 years old, you managed to have Guinness World Records, bar, and being the youngest sommelier, and still counting, trying to open more and more places.
Yeah, but I started at 16. That's the most important thing. So I didn't start like 2 or 3 years ago. I started like at 16, and then at 18, I was already an expert. Let's say I already had a paper like, hey guys, I'm winemaker, I'm sommelier official, so I can start my job. But people normally at 18 or 19, they just finished the high school.
All right, Daniel. So without taking any more of your time, I have 2 questions. The way that we do on every podcast, we have one static question, which we ask everybody, and then we have one question personalized for you. Which one do you want me to start with?
You choose.
Okay, let's go to the static one. I already went through it a bit into our podcast, but it's what motivates you to go daily on behind the bar? What it still keeps motivate you to go daily behind the bar?
People.
Can you elaborate on that one?
Yeah.
When you say people?
Yes, I love people. As I told you a few minutes ago, like this business is about people. It's not about loving wine or making cocktails, but it's about loving people because they are the fuel for you, for me at least. So when I meet new people, new energy, new stories, new culture, so we're always talking about like, where are you from, what do you do, what kind of business, and then I get my energy from people because you cannot work daily like 12-14 hours with no reason. I know for sure this is my business, you have to put more time into it, but people, they motivate you.
Yes,
they motivate me. Just people, a lot of new people, always new energy, always new ideas. I met so many people that I helped my friends to get a job, so my network is huge. Just 1.5 years of having this business, but I think in a few years I will have a huge list of contacts.
Cool. And then I have a mobile one. I have one that it's especially tailor-made for you. You said you started at 16 years old. How would it be if you have to start everything from scratch at 24, at the stage that you are right now? How could it be, and how do you think it will be completely different, or it will be the same path? I think it will be the same,
it will be the same. I will take the same steps because I did nothing wrong. I took this the right way, the right strategy, right timing, right people. So I will do the same. Probably now at 24 I have a bit more knowledge than I had at 16. So probably it will take a bit less time, and I will have a bit more priority because now I'm 24, but then I was like 18, 16. So now I have more priority, but still, yeah, the same steps, the same strategy, because there's nothing wrong on it.
Okay, and I know I said that those are the last two questions, but do you have any regrets that, let's say you got a lot of offers, if you say that you were gonna do exactly the same strategy, did you got any regrets of not taking any deals when you were 18?
No.
No?
Absolutely not. I think if I was 20 or 19 and I got this offer to move in Denmark, I think I would do it faster than just staying in Moldova. So probably if I've moved here, like not 2 years ago, but let's say 4 years ago, I think now I will have more success. Something more than one bar, I think. So but again, I can't complain about my decision. So I think that was on the right time, at the right moment. So I had a nice career in Moldova. I understood that I can't go more than that because Moldova is too small. It's a poor country, and then I work in the luxury industry like wine. And even if I get actually offers now in Moldova to move back. Like a lot of investors, like, look, I have money, I will give you everything. You just do your business, do whatever you want. Open the wine bar, you have unlimited money. Open 4 or 5 wine bars, open restaurants. I don't accept the offers because it's not the right country for this business. It's just not the right country with the right people. Because here in Denmark we have nice people, that's why I get a lot of energy from people. But in Moldova, not only, but in Eastern Europe, people, they are different. In hospitality industry, they are the boss. They pay money. They are the big boss. You have to do everything to satisfy them. But here it's not like that. Here they come in your home. They have to respect the rules. They have to respect your job. They have to respect your time, your money, and your business at the end. They will not complain about prices because they understand that you pay rent, you pay high salaries, and this is your time. They appreciate your time and your business. Here in Moldova, no. In Eastern Europe, no. It's difficult.
Well, Daniel, on that note, I also appreciate your time, taking your busy schedule, taking into consideration your busy schedule.
Not for you.
I really appreciate your time, and I hope that we can do this one more time when we get a bit more skilled into podcasting, when we will gonna go with the next season, hopefully, and then we can see if you opened that new restaurant / bar, or where you are in maybe 2025 or 2026. So without further ado, thank you so much, and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Barbox, the podcast. This episode was produced by Mihai Paul and I, Manuel Lictă, with thanks to Mina Media Company. Please find us on YouTube, Spotify, and wherever you are getting your podcasts. Be sure you subscribe and rate us. Thank you.